what I'm building right now is going to be a factory. I built this big complex over here of factories. It's on the outside of the city, but it isn't like super outside the city. It's just randomly edge, which I actually want to expand and get like this entire area right here. It's like probably like buildings right here, which like as a border for the factories. And then once I get those just regular buildings there, I can build like houses like all along here. Because I don't want houses just like directly next to factories, because that wouldn't be good. It wouldn't look good having houses right there. You know, I build a lot of simple stuff. Like, well, a lot of the more complex stuff, which still isn't really complex at all, was built recently. That's kinda complex. Ooh, that took me a long time to build, at least the interior did, because whenever I was actually doing the interior, it was like 3 a.m. So I just did not at all want to do anything. So I built this, but then there was no space for stairs. So I didn't think that through first. I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna build this. And I didn't think of where the stairs were gonna go. So I had to cut through here, build stairs up like this. And then here, it's just, it's just this. The bed's in the middle of the room, might be up against the wall. The bathroom is just over here, tiny. There's 2 windows, you got a view. And then in every one of these, there's a balcony. There's actually multiple balconies. There's 4 balconies for one room. Yeah, one looking out there, one looking out this direction. This is probably probably the worst view, because you gotta see those factories and the prison. And then over here, one of the best views, because you gotta see the entire city. The best view to see the entire city is up here. The best view where there's actually an interior too. It's right up here. AMC Skydeck, because this world is just named America City, because I couldn't come up with any other name. Couldn't come up with anything original, so just went with America City. I feel like there's just like, in every state, there's just a, like, state name, and then city after it. City. And sometimes they're actually big cities. Other times, they're just like tiny little cities. California City. They were planning for that to be bigger than LA. But, you know, for it to be the American Dream City. Then it just ended up to just be abandoned because they didn't have enough funding. But I feel like there's a city like that in every single state except like Nebraska. Like Nebraska City doesn't really have a ring to it. Or like Kansas City is one, Oklahoma City is one, Iowa City, Ohio City. That doesn't really sound like one either. Alaska City, Hawaii City, doesn't sound good. So yeah, what I just did was got done building factories. Then I want to at least build some streets here tonight, which I can build some streets here tonight, but I need to go to bed because it's already midnight and I need to get up early so I can do homework, and then I'm going to spend the night at my friend's house. I'm going to sleep over tomorrow. Yeah, this area of the city is just not nice. I mean, you got Well, not really. You got you got that park, cemetery, and then houses, prison, factories, basketball stadium. I mean, this side of the city is okay. It's got, I mean, a lot of bad things like prison, factory, and cemetery. It's got good things like a basketball arena, hotel, and park. And 2 parks. It's crazy how big the city is. And this was all built by hand. The only time that I ever used commands was to build only some parts of these highways that go all around the city. But this city's massive. Well, this is a recent addition, the football field. This high school, which you think was just 2 buildings. Then I added the commentator's booth, the stands, and then the field, and the goalposts, and a wall. I know the field looks odd because it isn't wide enough, and it's too long, and it isn't wide enough, because I didn't have enough space. I didn't want to just destroy these 2 streets, just to have enough space. And destroy that entire parking lot, just have enough space to build a football stadium. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also I updated the flag of the city to this. It used to be... What? I just showed it on accident. Didn't mean to do that. Let me go back inside. It'll be in here, because it's the city hall. So I have a flag right here. But here is the map of the city. Oh, this isn't even updated yet. I'm gonna go bring this map and go update that. But this is the map of the city. It is huge. And it isn't just the city, it's also just the surrounding areas. Which, actually, soon I've been wanting to expand more out this direction, so I build streets more out this direction. So, I might have to expand this map. Because that's the very, very, very edge right there. And then the very, very, very edge is also right there, that farm. The highway. Really? Okay. Well, I don't even have to redo that map entirely. I can just go in here. Because in here's also another map of the city. It's that one that I destroyed, I think. Are these all level 1? Yeah, level 1. Maps just start out as level 0, which is just like the tiniest things that really barely even show you anything. Like a level 0 map would show you like this building, and then like part of that park and part of these buildings. It just show you nothing. But a level 1 map, like I think this one's a level, yeah, this one's a level 2 map maybe. No, it's level 1 map. You know, it can show the entire downtown area basically. And then level 2 map can show the entirety of that city. Well, the entirety of that town. I don't like how thin I made these streets. I made them only like 1 block wide on each side. Just 3 blocks wide in total, but only on one side it's 1. And then in the middle it's just, you know, the actual line. Like this. But then all the new streets that I'm building, they're all going to be like this. Like the ones that I built in, the ones that I built in that other city that I'm building. Well, I was building, and I just gave up on it. I was building a nearly exact replica of Oklahoma City, but then I stopped doing it because I like doing this better, even though it isn't based off any city. It's just, you know, so like some buildings have inspiration from real buildings and real cities, most of them from Oklahoma City. But I just like this better than trying to build like, you know, a copy of a city, because I can just build whatever I want. you know, like that building. I mean, it probably exists in a city because it's just, you know, probably exists in like New York. Just the usual, you know, early 1900s skyscraper like that. And then just build whatever I want. See, and then when you look at this city looks giant. But when you actually go down in it, it's just tiny. It really is. But, you know, it actually kind of isn't. Because look how big it is. You know? I got all of that. Airport, you know, the highway that goes along the entire city. This horrible to make interchange just took forever to make. I hated it. And then city, well, the town. I enjoyed making that because it's mostly just houses. And then I actually added on, so like I added the school, because, you know, I was like, oh wait, it needs a school. So this is just a school, police and fire station, hotel and restaurants, gas station, farm, park and, well, park and swimming pool, and then little, like, just sit down outdoor picnic area. I don't even know why this is here. It has no interior. It's basically just like a quartz block box. Well, I need to update that map. I need to go do that. The map has been updated. What these things are along here must be like conveyor belts. This is like the brick ones are like the warehouses, the stone brick ones are the factories. And then goods get transported through the conveyor belts in between each warehouses and factories. And this one is like an actual like walkway for a person to go through. I need to build one. I need to build one for this new factory I just built. So what I've wanted to do recently in this world was make it feel like an actual like big city in it. Like Chicago. Whenever I was in Chicago, I've been to Chicago many times. I love going downtown Chicago because that's the biggest city I've ever been to by far, obviously. Because I haven't been to many big cities. The biggest city that's close to me is it only has like 600,000 people living in it, and it has like 2 skyscrapers, like 2 actual real skyscrapers. But what I was wanting to do was like in Chicago, all you can see, literally all you can see surrounded, like you're surrounded by is just buildings, super tall buildings. Like in Oklahoma City, it's just like you can like still see the sky, you know, just like this, you know. But what I like want this world to be like is just like, you know, basically like this, but even down there, like where you can't even basically see anything. But yeah, I want it to feel more like closed in, so it feels like bigger, like that giant city, you know, like New York, Chicago. But right here, this is the one spot where it really does feel like that, is over here by its factories. Because the roads are so thin, and I purposefully made the factories like only 1 block away from the road, and so it feels more close in. Especially like with these like walkways over it, the shadows casted from the walkways, how close the buildings are to the road. And then down there it's just nothingness, just a single building and some subway entrances and exits. The reason why there's so many just random roaming courses, well, there was like a lot of just random roaming courses everywhere, there's still the occasional few, is because when I was trying to like just spawn in horses like that, get the best horse for like, you know, this, which is that this one's actually one of the newer ones that I built, this sheriff's office. It's like the best horses for this, fast ones. Over here, the police station to get the really fast ones as well, the highway patrol, or the really fast ones, and even the houses, just as cars to get really fast ones. I wouldn't kill the horses for some reason, so then they'll just go off over here and just roam free, you know, before any of this was here. Like, whenever I was actually spawning in all these horses to get all this stuff, this wasn't a thing. That field, that flower field, that plantation house, that bridge, that prison, this highway, these roads, it was this creek, this was not a thing. The first building that we actually built in this world, I didn't even build it. I didn't even build it. I was building the road. Literally, I was just building the road. Like, I think maybe one of the first blocks we ever actually placed in this world was like this one or something like that. It was like one of these road blocks, like right here somewhere. And it was literally just like, when we first started this road, it was just this road that went down to like that one, and like went down to there, and then down to like there, and then just one building, and then all of it, everything else was just like, you know, just an open field, you know, just like this, just but everywhere. There's nothing here, obviously, because, you know, we just started it. You know, what I would like to do, but would be next to impossible, was to build a city like this, but not on a super flat world. That would be so hard. You have to like destroy all the trees, like do like a ton of terraforming if you didn't want like a ton of hills in your city. That'd just be super hard. But I mean, I like this just super flat world. And also, I'm actually pretty close to, I keep saying we're, even though my friends haven't built on this world in such a long time. So I keep saying we're, even though it's just me building on this world anymore. Like, when it first started off, it was my friend Wyatt helping me, which I actually make videos with now. He was just helping me build this. Then my other friend joined in. After that, my other friend joined in and helped a tiny little bit. You know, they helped build like, I'd say 30% of this city. Like, just this city. Like, just nothing else. I built every single one of the roads. I built 70% of all the buildings in this world yet. Because whenever they were still helping me, it was just like this like little bit of buildings. And it was like, you know, right now every single one of these like blocks was like filled in. You know, like in the downtown area at least. But there was like, that one was empty, that was empty, that was empty, that one was, you know, just like a bunch of empty blocks in the middle of the city with no buildings. Now the only empty ones are on the outside of the city. And I'd say there's actually more like filled in blocks than there are empty ones now. But I'm never going to be able to actually like fill in all of these until like with all the original ones, like every single block in between that corner, like that in between there, then this original road, that end of the original road down there, and then that end of the original road down there. Cause I'm just gonna keep wanting to expand. Yeah, like I did here. And then I expanded, just built a few, you know, just this block here, built these 2 houses, and then went down there, built that amusement park, the on and off ramps, you know. Then also built another extension over there, those other houses are, and that's it. That's all I built, like extensions. Then I built the highway that goes all the way around the city, which is almost, I don't know. What I went to do is try to like connect, like I have like the highway like going through the city, ton of buildings that I don't want to destroy, just to build a highway. Like the best option would be to go right along like this whole all these blocks, because these are like buildings that I don't know, that entire, no, this one I'd actually care about all these ones getting destroyed, and there's a prison right there. So actually I couldn't really even do that. Yeah, I couldn't build that highway through the city, but I wanted to. Yeah, I'm gonna start building these roads over here. To then put, no, now I'm done. I'm just gonna either end the video now or just fly around and talk about things for a bit. I think I'm just gonna fly around and talk about things for a bit. I changed a lot of stuff in here, like, this one looks odd, cause like, down here the windows are different, because this used to just be a 2-story building. Now it's a taller building, because I wanted taller buildings in this world, like more of them. We're never gonna change that building or destroy that one, because that's the first one we ever built. What else did I change? Oh yeah, there was a hospital here. No, it's a different hospital. It used to just be like a red box, and then there used to be another even bigger, just red box over here. Then it now actually has texture to it, and there's nothing over here. This is supposed to be like the pharmacy, but there's no interior. It's just nothing. And what else did I change? I added onto that. I also built this recently. Parking garage for like, you know, things. Parking garage. It's just a parking garage. I'm getting tired. I also added a bunch of, see, this one has been here for a while. This, like, cell tower has been here for a while. But then I added one over by those houses, by the highway. Then I also added one, or actually multiple, like 3 of them, over by this, like, highway, big interchange thing over here. This is supposed to be like a, fire department training thing, like train firefighters, like, you know, put out fires in buildings and escape the taller buildings and stuff like that. And here's that, there's a bunch of cell towers right here. And here's the, town. So I built a highway, a little small, just 2-lane highway that goes from here, and then it goes right next to that amusement park, and then right next to the amusement park, and then right into the city. And then this farm over here actually based off of the, there's 2 things in here that I based off of things from Red Dead Redemption 2. That old plantation house, and then this. I based off of the, farm from RDR 2, and RDR. I based this off of the gas station that was in the city, and the gas station that's in the city is based off of an OnQ. This is just a restaurant and hotel. I don't think I based these buildings off anything. Oh no, I did. I zoomed in. I went on Google Street View in this town of Purcell, Oklahoma, which is actually what I named this town off of. And I just went and looked at downtown and, saw a building like this and just built it. Was it Purcell that I looked at? I think it might have been Purcell. Or might have been a different city. I just named it Purcell. Might have been... No, Lexington's too tiny. Yeah, I think it was Purcell. And I named it off that as well. I already said that. I talk a lot. But I mean, that obviously isn't a bad thing when you're recording a YouTube video. You want to talk a lot. What? There's so many random cartography tables I just forgot to destroy everywhere. Because I would trying to make that one huge map of the city, I'd go around the entire area and just make maps of that area. Yeah, here's that gas station I was talking about. I had this idea for the longest time to build a news station, but for some reason I haven't actually built that yet. For some reason, I don't know why. Even though I very, very easily could. But I had this idea to build factories in here, and so I got in here and built these factories, which I actually need to put out. Yeah, for the smoke, I just put campfires in here. I wish that you could do /summon and just summon just the smoke and make it bigger, and taller. But you can't. Or is that even too low? Or just... Yeah, no, like that. It was perfect the first time. You know what, I should name this horse. I'm gonna name this horse. So now if someone kills it, which the only person who could kill it would be me, because the only person who's ever on this world is me. Whoever would kill this horse would feel bad. I'm gonna name it Maggie. Just usual horse name. Is it already tamed? No, it's not. That's surprising. Well, no, I think... one of the reasons, there's multiple reasons where there was just horses roaming everywhere. One was because of what I said earlier, but another one is because I think I just went through with a horse spawning and just spawned thousands of horses, like, super far over that direction out of the city. Then also there's like 3 random roaming bees, like super far over there, because one time I spawned like thousands of bees in this arena. And then some of them got out, and they got far enough away they're out of my like render distance. So then when I did a /kill at E to kill all the bees, you know, they didn't die. I don't know why I have such a hard time with speaking sometimes. I stutter. I stutter way too much. And I just can't think of words to say sometimes. Oh, I can. I just think of too many too fast. And that's what happens. That's why I stutter. And that's why I just say, without. Okay, I'm done building and showing off the city for the night. Now time to watch a very relaxing show before bed, The Walking Dead. I've been watching The Walking Dead recently, and I love it. Even though it's like a 12-year-old show now, I love it. And then another show I heard is good is Breaking Bad, which is also like a 14-year-old show. I'm just now probably maybe about to watch. They're just shows that are really long that I heard are really good, but I haven't watched yet. One of the reasons why I haven't watched many shows yet is because my old TV, it wasn't a Roku TV. But with this Roku TV, I actually used to watch like satellite, just like regular TV, but now I don't. I used to watch Impractical Jokers every night before bed. I would stay up way past my bedtime just watching Impractical Jokers because I love that show. And then now I stay up way past my bedtime watching The Walking Dead. Even though literally my worst nightmare is zombies. Like literally, I think I only had one nightmare that wasn't about zombies, and it was recently. There was this person in my house. First it started off as just a random, like, a normal dream, you know. First it started off as just like a normal dream, or like, you know, nothing scary was gonna happen. At least I thought nothing scary was gonna happen. And then I was just on FaceTime with my friend and my sister, and then it was raining in my dream, because it was actually raining in real life, and I was just walking outside barefoot in the rain while FaceTiming my sister and my friend. Then when I got inside, my sister got home, and then there was this person inside, like this random stranger that was like outside and like just around it, but also like inside my house, like sending me and my sister random like videos of them in and around our house. Then I started freaking out in my dream and woke up. And I woke up in a very odd position as well. I was like on my back, but I was like actually like up like against my wall. Just like then I started freaking out, like I guess pantsing would be the right word, very heavily, and then I just woke up. Okay, now I'm done talking about things. Bye.